In everybody, welcome to the Women's Wellness Network and welcome here to our guest today. Hello, Diana. How are you?
I'm great. How are you, Tammy?
I am wonderful. Thank you. Thank you so much. I think it's really cool that I always ask people where they are in the world. So I'm going to let you tell people where they are. Most people know that I'm just about an hour north of Toronto. So why don't you introduce yourself and let us know where you are?
Sure. I'm Diana Trepkov. I'm Macedonian, was born in Canada, and I'm Ajax, Ontario. So about an hour from Toronto also.
So, right? Like so close. I think that's amazing. I think it's
Yeah.
so cool because, the internet. I found you on there, and I've kind of been following you along. And it wouldn't matter if you were on the other side of the globe or if you're just over here, in the next city, basically. Um,
I-
we can all connect, and it's so amazing that the work that you're doing and that kind of stuff, and you're doing it on a global scale, and it's amazing. So why don't you please tell us a little bit about yourself and a little bit about what you do?
Okay. So thank you again for having me on. And what I do, I guess I'm pretty well known around the world for my forensic art. And forensic art is I've always been an artist my whole life, but I ended up taking a lot of forensic art courses because I wanted to help victims of crime and missing people. So I've completed my 249th law enforcement cold case, and it weighs really heavy on my heart. It's if a child goes missing, I do the age progression. So I get to know the families really well. That's where it's bittersweet. It's sad, but I get to really get close to the moms, and the moms are amazing people. And we do everything we can to find their child. So I do the age progression and what their child would look like. And then we make the case current and we put it out there into the media, the police, everybody that makes the case current. And that way, if somebody knows something, they can call in at tip so we can bring their missing loved one home. Or if the police find a skull and they don't know who it is, I do the facial reconstruction. 3-dimensional, 2-dimensional. I did the Franklin expedition, and it was the first one ever identified John Gregory. And I had the skull, and I built his face with clay and prosthetic eyes, and we got him identified through DNA analysis. And then if someone was to get raped, there was a bank robbery, I'm called in, and they'll explain to me what the suspect looked like. And I have like the FBI catalog, and I would sit with them and would go through different features, and I would draw the face on paper. And when I would show the victim, I could tell on her face how close I was. And if she starts to cry, then I know I got him. And then we put it out for the media so he can be identified and get charged. So it's a heavy career, but it's very rewarding also because you're serving victims of crime and you're helping people who really deserve all the help they can get to find their missing loved one.
Huge, huge thing. That's not a lot of people have the talent to be able to do that, but the heart to do that work also, because that's taking the family in and taking the person themselves into account, and um, kind of even bringing them back to life in a way, because you're aging them, you're helping them, helping the world to see if this person might be out somewhere, be around somewhere, or as you said, afterwards, if they have just a skull or something, you can help recreate the features and things, and then of course through DNA decide, yes, it is this person, and that is just incredible. How many did you say you've done in cold cases already?
249 law enforcement cold cases with my forensic art. And then we're on season 3 for the podcast. Can I help find your missing loved one, with listeners in 120 countries? And that's just to get their stories out again, because someone knows something always. And all we need is the right person to say what they know. And I think a lot of times people are really scared to come forward because they're threatened if they say something. But if they can put themselves in the family's shoes, or if they listen to the podcast and they can hear the mothers crying and how they lose their jobs, they can't sleep, because how do you go to bed not knowing where your child is? So my whole point with the podcast is for people to hear the pain that the families are going through. So if someone knows something, when they hear it, they can say it. Because you don't even have to say, hey, it's me, I seen what happened. You can call in anonymous. Just let the family know where the body is so they can so the healing can begin. So it's heavy, it's really heavy, but the families deserve answers. So I'll never stop at that.
Well, God bless you for doing that work because as you say, it's, it is heavy and it's hard. It's hard for you as a human, as I'm just imagining, if it was me doing that work, to carry that and to be able to release it when you're finished the job, so you can keep on just being yourself and doing your own thing. So I
Yeah.
saw you recently in um, a newspaper article for something. Can you please tell me about that?
Sure. I think that it was either the news advertiser for my new book, No Time for BS, Just Go For It and Kick Ass. That was the most recent one. Or it might have been the cover of the Waterloo record paper. And that was me doing the Franklin expedition when they did a cover story on me when I was actually recreating the face on the original skull of John Gregory before we knew who he was, obviously. So it was just talking about um how I felt, how I put the face on the skull, and basically what I can explain so people could understand. Forensic art is 75% science, 25% art. So the skull doesn't lie. It tells you everything you need to know. I wish I brought my skull down. I have a skull upstairs, not real, but museum quality. So people are identified in a distance through proportion. So I would put the prosthetic eyes in the orbits, and the nose is mathematical procedure. I usually get the nose bang on, and teeth, like you would do 6 teeth across to show a smile. So you would have the clay open, like the mouth opened for a smile. And I feel a lot on my skull to see, like it's really thin here, the skin here's, it isn't, it depends on the age and how people age. So it's weird because people think it's really hard to put a face on a skull. I don't think so, because the skull tells you everything you need to know. You just plug it in like a puzzle. It's what I find really hard is I can't watch horror movies, but I can work on an actual skull, so that's, people find that weird, but I can work on a skull. I can do the work I do, but I can't watch anything scary, and I can't do funerals and cemeteries. So
It's really interesting, actually. Well, it's because it's coming from a different place, I think. Horror movies are supposed to be making you feel one way, and you're trying to discover somebody and something like I don't know, it's like anthropology, it's like archaeology, it's all those things you're getting to discover and help somebody, re-emerge almost.
yeah, come to life, and basically the whole goal is to find them alive. It's not easy to find people alive. I don't believe they're all, just because someone's missing, I don't believe they're murdered. Not all of them. Some could have committed suicide, some were murdered, some could go missing on their own. I don't know who would really do that to their family, but there's times people have just walked away because they wanted to, or there's human trafficking, which is huge also.
Yeah, oh, that's scary, right? Goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, well, hopefully, most of us don't have to ever have to worry about it or offer, look for your assistance because, that's a traumatic thing.
Yes.
Okay, please tell me about your book.
Yes. I've written 7 books, 6 books, and then 1 ebook. My latest one is No Time for Bullshit, No Time for BS, sorry, Just Go For It and Kick Ass. And it's a quick book and a pick-me-up book about my life. I'm a cancer survivor. Which is a blessing in disguise, as like I'm not glad I ever had it, but it's been 24 years. I'm cancer free, which is good. And I never take a day for granted. And I always pray and wish that everyone will beat any illness that they're facing. So with me, it's like, I have no fear. So my dreams come true. So that's one thing. Like I don't second guess it. If my gut says do it, I just go do it. And when it comes to, I was bullied really bad when I was young. And it's weird because I still get the bullying, and I think we all do in a certain way. Like when my work was out and identified, it made it in the New York Times when it went into over 1 million stories around the world. And I was crying with joy because my dad passed away. And if he was to see this, he would have been so happy. And I was like, oh, Dad. And I thought maybe he's making this all happen. And then as I was like so happy to see he was identified and how it went everywhere in museums and stuff, then I started seeing how people were cutting up my work, because when it goes so big, people just like to throw daggers, and I was being made fun of. Actually, it was a lot. Like, they were making fun of my reconstruction. And I'm proud of it. It's amazing. And he looks like the great, great, great grandson. So my work is good, but at the time I was really hurt reading it, and it was like a 12-year-old could have did better. And I was shocked when I read that. I'm like, pardon? And then I've been doing this career 20 years. A 12-year-old could have did better. And then it looks like Putin, or look at the sideburns, or it was just everyone's laughing on social media, LOL. And I'm thinking, and I'm crying on the other side, thinking, wow, I didn't expect that. So that really amazing feeling of him being identified lasted maybe 10 minutes before I seen the backlash around the world. And you know what it's like, human nature. I heard so many amazing things, but you don't hear the amazing things. You hear like the 12 horrible things, not the hundreds of amazing things. And that hurt. And it took, I won't lie, it took maybe a couple of weeks. I screenshot a lot of them so I can show, people I know, look what this person said. And I thought, what am I doing? Like, why would I do that? So I deleted it. Because, just so we just have to, I think I got thicker skin now, but I think people should think before they say things, because the world is huge, but it's, almost 8 billion people, but it's really small, especially on social media. And you want to say what you want, but that person might see it, and it could really hurt them. And I don't think I deserved that, because I was crying a lot, and it's not just me, it's a lot of people who get bullied. And then I was also bullied when I was younger, which I forgive the people, but it's still, and it shapes you to who you are, right? I think that's why I have empathy and always protect people, because I know what it feels like to be the one who was hated and made fun of always. So sorry, I got sidetracked. So the book is basically about believing in yourself. The stories: I overcame a horrible motor vehicle accident with left me with a bad neck injury. I beat the cancer. I passed the bullying, and I talk about a lot of stuff and the strategies I used and how I got to where I am today. And also for public speaking, I was made fun of when I was younger. I couldn't speak properly. I couldn't pronounce church and snake, certain words, and they put me in a speech therapy class, and I didn't want to go there because I was going to get made fun of. And then I had trouble reading. And then today I'm speaking on CNN with 7 million viewers and written 7 books and on my 8th. So there's nothing you can't get if you want it bad enough and you put your heart into it 100%. And your tribe is so important. Like, eliminate the people who don't love you and want you to fail, or that aren't genuine, and keep the ones that are golden, and vice versa. You cheer your people on and they cheer you on. And that's how. So the book is a positive lift me up book, and it also has a place you can do your journaling and exercises.
That's awesome. I love interactive stuff. Oh, what's it called again? Please tell us.
Yeah, no time for BS, just go for it and kick ass. And Jim Clemente, the writer of Criminal Minds and FBI Profiler, he retired. He has the comment on my book on the front of the book, so I'm honored.
Oh, that's so cool. Oh my goodness. Yes, that's amazing. I love that. Okay, and you said you have 8 books altogether?
I'm working on my 8th. Yeah, I have 4
Okay.
children books to help keep children safe, to prevent them from going missing, to learn safety tips, and then the 10 laws of success for children. The Lost Doggy, it's a positive story, and I use animals in my children books so the kids really relate. And The Lost Doggy is about a dog who was abandoned, nobody wanted him, and then the family who rescued him showed him love, and he ended up finding out what his passion was, and he became the #1 movie director in the world. The dog was, and so it just went by his passion. So just books to inspire children. And my first one took 3 years to write. It's a forensic art book, faceless, voiceless, with different cases and stuff. So
Very interesting. Oh, that's a broad spectrum of things you got going on there. Amazing. Oh, I love it. I love
thank you.
people that have, lots of little things that we can go and check out and see and really get to know you. So if our women would like to know more about you, how can they get a hold of you or find out? Do you have a website or what works?
Yes. Yeah. You can just Google my name, Diana Trepkov, DIANA TREPKOV, www.dianatrepkov.com, or on social media, Diana Trepkov, or to order any books, it would be dianatrepkov@gmail.com. Just send me a message and I can send the book.
Great, wonderful. My goodness. Wow. Wow. So many things. It's amazing. I'm honored to have you here, and keep
Thank you.
doing your work, because those people who are saying things about you, they don't know nothing.
Yeah,
So
thank you.
yeah, let them just think what they want to think. It doesn't make any difference. You just keep doing your thing. Amazing.
Yeah, and you too. Thank you for having this platform for women. I think that's so important, and you're so genuine, and I love your smile and your personality, and it's nice how welcoming you are. So thank you. I know you're helping lots of people.
Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. So, Women of the Women's Wellness Network, we will put all of Diana's information into the comment section, and you can reach out to her. You can look at her website, find out some more. I mean, she has all those books that are, there's a variety. It's not just, one thing that's happening now or one situation that happened before. There's a lot of things for a lot of different people. So, Diana, I would love to thank you again for coming today. It was lovely to have you and to meet you, and keep doing your good work, girlfriend.
Okay, and thank you for being you, Tammy. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.
Thank you. Be well.
Thanks. Thanks, you too. Bye.